When I first started looking into self-improvement, I started following various YouTubers and Instagram accounts, all focused around personal growth. And while I know that social media can be a valuable tool for self-growth, I found myself being overwhelmed by the number of different pieces of advice that all sounded like good ideas. I remember seeing a post on Instagram that was titled 50 Rules for Life. And as I started flicking through these 50 different things that I was supposed to be focusing on, it just dawned on me how easy it is to fall into the trap of taking on advice and tips and trying to implement them when they're not really things that you're needing to be focusing on. Things like practicing gratitude, decluttering your space, journaling, exercising regularly, seeking out challenges, taking time to rest, practice boundary setting, connect with loved ones, find a creative outlet, sleep for at least 8 hours a night. And that's only 10 things. There were 50 different things to be focusing on. But it's just a fact. We only have so many hours in the day and so much energy to focus on these kinds of things. And it's true that these things are helpful. They will help people in different ways at different times, and they're probably things that I will repeatedly talk about on my channel. But instead of trying to implement these different self-care tips that we hear, in my experience, the greatest improvements have come when I focus on the problems that I'm facing first and then find solutions to address those problems. Sometimes when we hear a self-improvement tip, we retroactively assign a why to it. So you hear about something, maybe it's a new productivity app or a new way of journaling, and you convince yourself that you need to be implementing this right away because it's going to help you. For example, I've heard it's really good to meditate, and you start reading up on meditation and all the benefits that people get from meditation, and you're like, how have I not been meditating? I better start right now. Or maybe people keep telling you that you need more sleep, and you think, oh, they're probably right. I should start going to bed early. The problem is that these habits and mindset shifts never last when there's no true why behind them. Instead, think about the problems and challenges that you're facing right now, and then start thinking about ways to overcome these problems that work for you. For example, I discovered that I have more anxious thoughts if I let my mind run at its natural pace. And so I wanted to begin to slow down my thinking, and one solution could be trying meditation in order to slow down my thoughts and focus my attention. Another example could be that you're struggling to fall asleep at night. That's the problem that you're facing. And maybe a solution that you try is finding some calming music or rain sounds in order to help you stop thinking at night and fall asleep quicker. Or maybe your problem isn't falling asleep, but it's actually staying in bed in the morning and scrolling on your phone. The solution in that case might be to have your phone out of reach so that when you wake up in the morning, you're not immediately going on your phone and instead getting up, starting the day. The important thing is that these habits are more likely to stick when they have a true reason why behind them. So the next time you hear a piece of self-care advice, before you rush to implement it into your life, step back and think about the challenges and problems that you're facing currently and pick and choose the pieces of advice that you try to implement in order to have the biggest benefit. A problem hierarchy is a really great way to prioritize which things to focus on, and I'm going to make a video discussing problem hierarchies in more detail. If you liked this video, you might like my video on tailored self-care and acknowledging your needs. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.